Welcome back to Korean Dota, guys. Next on Sponsorship League is the E'oT Drill versus MVP Hot6. Well, MVP didn't really do too great the last time. They got picked off in the semi-finals, the lower bracket finals, and instead were replaced by 5 in QO. Whereas their opposing sister team did manage to nab up the grand final. So it's gonna be E'oT versus MVP. Both of their quote-quote B squads could be playing it up, but then again, because MVP's Phoenix did win the last season, they are not allowed to participate in this one. So only Hot6 will remain, and I'm Lysander Zenora. If you guys don't know about me yet, I am going to be casting your game. It's going to be your English broadcast for today, and we're going to have a Weaver first pick from E'oT. Once again, the Koreans really favoring the Weaver. Timbersaw as well as Bristleback. Yeah, gonna be banned out here. Slark and Alchemist will be the removals. Very standard bans. Alchemist really undesired in most games. And we have Slark, Mr. Frogman himself, gonna be removed. Crystal Maiden and Clockwork are gonna be the pickups here. And E'oT gonna pick up their Outhouse Decorator, the OD, or the Old 30 as AC likes to call it. And yeah, they're gonna pick up some tryout heroes here, Weaver as well as Outwall. Outwall gonna guarantee that mid lane victory. For me, I personally think that Outwall Devourer is overrated. He wins the lane, doesn't win the game. That's about it. Crystal Maiden and Clockwork, very standard picks coming out nowadays. Clockwork always a fan favorite, and Crystal Maiden is one of the goals of this patch, to be honest. And Nature's Prophet, King Rat will be banned out. Razor removed here by E'oT, DDD, and well, they don't really want any of the counters. Probably gonna see a Viper ban coming out as well. Viper does do decently well. Yeah, there we go, against the OT. But then again, a lot of newer teams have this misconception that just because you picked OD, you're gonna win the game. Not necessarily true. OD, although he is good in his lane, he is very susceptible to ganks if the mid laner can bait out his banish before the gank comes, so he can save himself. There is also the case of him getting just crushed when the enemy turns to group up as 5, or you can pick up a hero like Dragon Knight and just stay stable in the lane and not get caught out. And a Kunkka, very good counter to OD as well. Mirana gonna be picked up here by E'oT, so we'll see. But what happens? Outhouse Decorator is not gonna have a good time against Admiral Kunkka. Admiral Kunkka, of course, doesn't really need the mana early on, and he can actually set up some great ganks for any incoming teammates. It's just gonna give him the old splash. Oh, gonna move away the mouse. Yeah, he's gonna move away. Gonna give him the old splash, splashy splash, and the Rubik now is going to be snapped up here. I'm not so sure about the Rubik. Rubik is a great hero, of course, when there's Weaver around. It's always nice. There is Arrow to steal now, I guess, and Disruption as well. So some nice things for Rubik to take up. A good Rubik will always know what to steal. But Sakuchi is going to be the most ideal here. And MVP Hot6, they have two rather fragile supports, but at the same time very powerful. Clockwork Rubik is a very good combo on its own. So we'll see. Let me see what the bets are for E'oT, Drill, and MVP. It's pretty... yeah. So it's 27 to 73, so it's a pretty big difference. We see how the Titan removed, as well as Visage for Hot6 here. They don't want to deal with Visage because of the, like I said, fragile heroes. And they ran out Lone Druid for E'oT. Ban out the Lone Druid for the enemy, which is okay, I guess, but kind of puzzling because I don't think a Lone Druid would really fit that well here. Beaver really just beats Lone Druid. E'oT, they have Mirana, Shadow Demon, Weaver. Mirana most likely gonna play as a support if they want to be greedy, but otherwise they could play her as a semi-carry role with Shadow Demon and one other support / jungler. Shadow Demon, Mirana alone. Usually enough to cause trouble for offlaners. If it's an aggressive trial lane, they could have a little bit more trouble, but even if that... Alright, so it's gonna be Gyrocopter, gonna add a lot of early game damage to the start. Ooh, Dazzle. Okay, so going for the old banish disruption into heal, gonna have a lot of nice bursts with the arrow to follow up, a lot of good burst damage, a lot of good killing, and we have of course the Shallow Grave to keep your folks alive, and it's gonna be really good on Weaver as well with the extra minus armor thrown on top of that. So I like this pick. I like this pick. Whenever there's a Dazzle, I feel happy. Dazzle is one of my most played heroes, and one of my favorite supports because of how people underestimate him. Now we're gonna have some good look at the trees. Alright, we're gonna be looking to the Radiant side. We have Banua on the Radiant playing on Team MVP Hot6. We have Banua on the Gyrocopter. We have Andrew on the Clockwork. We have Mafia on the Crystal Feeden. Sunday on the Rubik. Danny on the Kunkka. We have the Courier looking swag as always. I have Tiger Drill. It's gonna have Hazy on the Mirana. They're gonna go for a late smoke here. We have Creative on Dazzle. Prozoa on the Outworld Devourer. Rash on the Shadow Demon leading the charge, and LC, not Legion Commander, it's gonna playing the Weaver. Right, so we're gonna see what actually happens here. Are we gonna get first blood? Shadow Demon, he spots out someone, he breaks it, he goes back. Very, very big mistake. A little bit of cold feet right there, so not gonna find the kill. And once again, the lack of manliness does cost them a frag. So no kills there. Dazzle looking real pimped. Yeah, real pimped. Alright, we're gonna jump into the game now. The tri-lane will not go unperturbed. It'll be a tri-lane on tri-lane situation. We have the Shadow Demon around our Shadow Demon. Aggressive lane, and we have a safe lane Weaver with the Outhouse Decorator. And MVP gonna be on the Radiant side. So it's a best of 3, loser goes home. The winner will proceed into the semifinals double elimination bracket. And of course you always want to go there because you're just one step closer to a bit of money. And now, let's see what's happening here. So a little bit of excessive blocking coming out. It's gonna be a good deal. Shadow Demon, I'm gonna look to catch out Stray here that will not be able to tank the arrow. Gonna be just looking for a target out of plain sight. Shadow Demon comes on in very slow, gets a lift on the SD, and now gonna spend some mana. Crystal Maiden gonna do some jungling on her own. Gonna get that Dark Troll now, and Observable gonna be plopped down so that they cannot pull. And Rash, oh, okay, so disrupting across. This could be an arrow. Sunfi gonna tank it for his carry. What a player! But he might actually cost his own life here. I think he might die. They're focusing on different targets. Very, very misplayed there. One more right click would have done it, but Shadow Demon was busy poking the helicopter. So, well, that little act of heroism gonna pay off for Sunbane. No first blood gonna be spilled there. Shadow Demon disband. Meanwhile, pause please. So perhaps it was a little bit of a lag. Maybe it was a lag, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a lag out. Maybe. They were having a lot of computer problems earlier on, which is why we got an excessive amount of K-pop. For you guys that don't really like the Koreans, well, you guys are not very nice people. But we're gonna have our games right now, so based on tradition, we will have a very, very weird gold graph, about 200 gold in favor of the Radiant, and we have a pause, Korean words and whatnot. What's up? Okay, he says. Mouse problem. Wait a sec. Seconds up. I'm ready, he says. Are you ready? So ready. We're ready. Alright, here we go. We're gonna resume the game. We start, he says. And Benoit has to be very careful here. Now disruption could be his death if he's not careful. Sunbei. Hey guys, you guys probably just heard my brother in the background. Alright, so you're going back to the cast here. Brother's just a little bit distracting there at the side while I was having that pause, but hopefully it doesn't distract us too much. Alright, we're gonna go back into the game there. Professional gaming. Danny has 2 points in the splash, so only going for the one Tidebringer. We'll see if he goes for the 2 X marks. And Sunbei is gonna miss a couple of losses here on the couple family. The little kids are put into service right when they are young. They start young, they die young, and there's a bunch of creeps. Everyone always picking on them, so let's be a little bit careful. Hazy. Gonna get some losses here. The Ring of Basilius early on, very good pattern coming out. Gonna enable them to give the support some armor that they really need. 2 and 2 will become 5 apiece. And a Poison Touch! Disruption as well as a Poison Touch. Poison Touch having been improved in the last version is really good. Now Andrew trying to burn some of LC's mana, but LC would not have any of that. Danny meanwhile is balling up. He's going for the X mark, so probably going for a 1-2-2 just to cause a little bit of trouble for the OD. And OD is probably not gonna have a good time. Definitely won't be having a good time in this lane. He will not be able to harass the Kunkka that much unless Kunkka gets out of position. And Andrew now out of mana will have to play very safely now. If LZ decides to go for a jump on him, he could die. Rash still looking for that disruption. You gotta find Sunbei. Sunbei gonna be in trouble. You gotta lift him back and toss it back onto it. But now Shadow Demon does come. The 5-second arrows will fly. It will land. Rash, he might die. Great heals around. And Hazy feeling not as hazy. The slow comes out with the soul catcher. Is gonna make him lose a lot of HP here. And well, he's gonna tick down a little bit less. The Basilius now giving 2 armor to each of them. Yep, 2 armor. Yeah, 2 armor aura, 3 armor to the base hero. Yep. So all that really good. The missile wasn't enough to deal enough damage to the Shadow Demon to bring him down. So Rubik will be the first blood of the game. MVP not looking so strong. They were given the V. Protoak with the haste rune. No shoes. Who needs shoes when you have your haste rune? He's not been farming that well. 7-4 compared to the 22-5. He is getting wrecked. REKT. LC on the other hand, he's got 12, 13 and 1 compared to 20 and 10 on the clockwork. So not even sure if the Weaver knows what it's doing. How could you be losing so many last hits to the clockwork? Boots up now. They gotta look for the Crystal Maiden. Mafia. He's got 300 HP, he's doing his own jungling, he's just freezing creeps and killing them off. So Dazzle as well as Shadow Demon are gonna look for a little bit of a gang surprise to see that Dazzle as well as Dazzle not going for a point in grave. It's very helpful for early engagements, but for now I guess it's not that necessary. Danny's gonna take a little bit of a breather there away from the last hits because they did see the gang coming in with this Observer Ward. So very well done from Crystal Maiden, she knows what's up. And the gang will fail, giving some space to MVP. Banwa as well as Sunbei. Danny is going to take some right clicks there. He has lost a little bit of his mind so far, but his last hits are really getting crushed. OD. This is very unlike an OD. I mean, OD should be winning the last hits, but here we go. Banish. No Banish. Haste rune out for the OD. OD not even having boots. He has been missing a lot of last hits in this lane, a lane that he should clearly win. He's been losing really hard, 31-16 compared to 12-5, so really bad. Sunbei gonna block the arrow for his teammate. They're gonna take a fall instead. The Fatefall does fly across 3. Banwa being a little bit over brave. They could be diving him, but the Kunkka does come in with a level 1 Torrent. He's gonna miss with the Whale Blade. The homing missile will fly, looking to the Shadow Demon. Are they gonna find him though? I don't think they should. The Observer Ward will plop down, and this is gonna be a free homing missile for the enemy squad. They will get 30 gold to Dazzle, the Shadow Priest. Creative. Gotta pick that up. Protoak gonna have a little bit of space now that he has found a double damage rune as well as gotten up his boots. He can get some farm. LC 19-2 now. Banwa with the Ring of Protection going for the Basilius as well. Hasn't been managed to afford it just yet, but he will see. But he's been missing a couple of last hits himself. He's only gotten the 17, the Mirana 17 as well. So Hazy has been doing quite a good job. And Rash has the boots up now. Nope, gonna be spotted out by the observer. Clockwork solo kills the Weaver. This is what I say while saying if you run out of mana to use your time lapse, it is very, very fatal to a Clockwork. Didn't expect the Clockwork to get a solo kill on the Weaver there, but then again, shit happens. ProDog gonna take a little bit of a defensive stance right now. There is a ship available. If he gets X'd, he could very well die. He's probably gonna get X'd now. Oh, he's gonna get a banished across first. So is there mana? Yeah, there's mana. There's mana. Come on, give it to him. Give it to him, Sunbei. Come on, mana. Nope, Shadow Demon comes in first. Crystal Maiden at the backlines there will say surprise. Rash takes a whole ton of damage. He will go down. The ship will fly. Lands on ProDog. Shipped wrecked. And now Creative is gonna just walk himself away. This is why you take Shallow Grave. And Banwa is gonna fire homing missile at Mirana there. Mirana is just gonna try and get it. Nope, gonna get stunned. So she's just try and try and get small losses there. 22 to 3 and 25 to 7 is gonna be Banwa's score. Hazy gonna work towards his face boots now. There's gonna be more healing coming his way from the Dazzle. Weaver on the other hand, going for Midas. Not gonna be that quick because of his death as well as his poor last hitting. 25 to 5. Now the regeneration is gonna come for Danny and Mafia with the Smoke of Deceit. Looking for a gank here, Sunbei as well. Less lying in the wake there. 1 and 2 now is the score. 3 to 2 kills. Benoit. Goldcraft, hookshot does fly, doesn't lash, not long enough, a little bit too short there. That's what Mirana said anyway. Benoit with face boots, Basilius now gonna help to power up the creep wave as well as his own teammates. LC gonna take time farm up top. He's got 2 branches in his inventory to give them a little bit of good luck. Give himself a little bit of good luck. Andrew has decided to rotate, but did fail the gank there, so not gonna go. What? I know you got a regen, bro, but really? Dude, this guy is high as F. Alright, Benoit going for a magic wand here. Not going for any of that Midas, not going for any kind of funny stuff. Observer gonna pop behind. Dazzle just gonna be hanging around the side lanes, just waiting for a good disruption from Rash, and then they could go right in. But one of the things that I am pretty puzzled with Eye of Tiger is that it seems to me like they just discovered this strategy in the pub game and decided, like, hey, let's try it out without really actually knowing what's up with this. They keep failing their ganks because they're coming in from the wrong angles. You come in from this angle instead of this angle where you could have come in this way. You could have just walked around, avoid the creep vision, go here, and then gank on the clockwork on the gyrocopter. And a lot of the rotations seem very, very sloppy and insecure to me. ProDog, meanwhile, gonna get caught here in the middle lane. He drops the Sanity Eclipse there, but Mafia is gonna be a little bit too intelligent for that. They're gonna try and block out Danny here. The heal is gonna fail very, very, very badly. And now they're gonna poison across on Sunbei. There's gonna be another boat coming in here. The Fate Bolt will land, and this time the boat farms 1 creep. And the time lapse comes out onto that. Mafia probably gonna take 4. Crystal Feeden will take a spill. LC, the splash will not land here. And the cleave gonna drop Rash to really low, and a snipe from the Clockwork. Goodbye, Shadow Demon. Ripping pieces. Creative, not there for the grave once again. LC gonna hit himself back. Good JP reaction, did get him 1 kill. Benoit, on the other hand, now is gonna have some more spree space on the bottom lane. Andrew gets up the point booster. He wants that Aghanim's Rush right away. Podora, he is going for a Ring of Regen first with the Null Talisman. He's going straight for 4 staff without any boots upgrade. And Hazy is gonna get a rocket to the face. Clang! Benoit with the face boots. Basilius still waiting there for a nice kill there. Hazy, this feels like, well, without Shadow Demon, I'm not even gonna try for any arrows, which should not be the case. I mean, when you're sitting at full mana, it's kind of like, what was the opportunity cost wasted. You could just use the mana because it's at full anyway. The regen is gonna come, so if you can use an arrow, it's only 100 mana. You can afford it, and that's afford for it to wait a little bit more. So just going for an arrow, pot shot. If you know how to shoot an arrow, it can land even without setup. So we'll see if the Mirana decides to be a little bit more aggressive. But Benoit is now going to get that drums very soon. Danny got Shadow Amulet. Once he gets to Shadow Blade, it's going to be problems. Andrew has the hook. He's looking for LC, but LC has the time lapse, and Rubik, he has a spell steal, so he really wants that nice juicy spell. We'll see if he can actually get it. And now we're going in. Andrew's going to show himself, and he's going to try and bait out Sakuchi here. LC, meanwhile, will want to steal Sakuchi. Invisibility here for Mafia. He picks up his Tranquil Boots, so he's going to run a lot quicker. He snatches up the rune for Shadow Demon as well as the mid OD. OD going for the bottle first. Not exactly the most helpful, seeing that he is very skimpy with his banishes. He has only got one charge on Danny so far. He's been very fearful of this Kunkka. He's going to get frostbitten up. Probably going to go down if he gets caught. Yeah, and they could dive him. Maybe beta banish first.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah, beta banish.
사라져라.
Moonlight Shadow does come. Weaver. Getting hidden out. It's gonna be a triple gang coming on here. My frame rate is dropping. It's probably the servers. No in-game commentary. It's on. Alright. It's gonna be TP support coming in here. Sunbi with the Sakuchi. He's probably going to get away from this Rubik, but now we see the Shadow Demon gank once again going to be failing. Now the Kunkka does land his boat, gets the Frostbite as well. Prototype could be in a lot of trouble, but he's out of mana now, 35 mana. He has been dragging this a little bit too long, but he gets the tier 1 tower, so that's at least nice for him. Very interesting grave coming out here from the Dazzle. That's going to be on cooldown for the next 60 seconds. A nice call down coming in here, going to slow them all down. Sunbi is going to just touch Rash with that. No, you want to just tag him there. One more. Nope. Gonna get him there. Sakuchi will end his life. Crystal Maiden actually steals it, so easy for her. Realizing a lot of Crystal Maidens don't like to pick up more levels in Frostbite, which is kind of puzzling sometimes. But then again, in this case, it's very understandable. Benoit gonna take some tower shots. Sunbait thinking that this is immortality. It is, after all, quite the skill here. Danny comes in with the X marks the spot, doesn't find it, and Andrew is gonna get banished up here for the OD. They tried to go for the wraparound dive, but in the end it thinks better of it, and OD working towards his mechanism, has the headdress on him. There's a salve coming out here from LC. Luckily for him, the envenom weapons don't actually remove it. Danny with the 3 points in Torrent, only keeping it 2 in the X mark, wants to go for more burst damage in the Torrent. Very standard build coming in, and the Shadow Blade pickup is going to be very helpful for him, but he will have some mana problems, that's for sure. So my mic on and off. Okay. Done. Yeah. Alright. So LC. What's his farm at? He's got 55 to 6. The net worth is in favoring the Kunkka. It's 6,000 for him. It's 5k for the Clockwork. And it's 4.9 for the Gyrocopter. And Danny is going to be farming up this small little stack. It's just a triple stack. It's pretty nice.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Hazy gonna go straight for a Manta style here, and LC gonna throw out the Bulk Swarm just to stall him up a little bit. But this tower will go down. Whether or not it goes to Gyro, no. Clockwork says need to get that eggs, and X marks the spot. Does slash on the Weaver. Weaver in a lot of trouble. Disruption comes out on LC. Great grave. Gotta keep him alive with the time lapse out. But looks like Creative will be paying with his life dead, stopping for a bit to heal. Sunbi gonna catch him up. The arrow does land on Andrew. That's a 5-second arrow. Will they find more kills? Homing missile does fly, but it will get disjointed as Sakuchi. Once again, LC gonna stay alive with the Shallow Grave as well as time lapse. Double damage here from Danny is gonna cause quite a bit of hurt, quite a bit of harm. So Danny looking for a Shadow Blade initiation, could come, dodges the Shadow Poison. The Observer Ward just being placed down here in the dire jungle, so in case they wanna go for some small camps here, they could be punished pretty severely. Gyrocopter with the drums as well as the phase boots now should be working towards his Black King bar, so as to avoid any kind of Shadow Demon setups. Andrew meanwhile has gotten 2,000 gold to his name, and he will be able to get the Aghanim Scepter very soon. Hazy on the other hand, Blade of Alacrity and casual call down just coming in, just phase the Weaver out, waste his time lapse if possible, but he only took 1 from that. The arrow will fly. Benoit nearly catching that LC, trying to scare him into the arrow, but no, he will not be taking any to the knee there. They are safely tucked into his Gyrocopter, and just gonna be scooting around. And gonna fire another homing missile on LC. Gonna be dodging that with a Tsukuchi easy, but Rash. Rash could get banished. Oh, right in plain sight. Where's the arrow? The arrow's gonna fly. That's 5-second arrow. Oh, a little bit slow. Mirana, please. And they will not be getting that gang right once again. The weave comes up. And that's gonna be. Oh shit! Rash with the ace through. Easy pickings with the hook as well. Paju Kise. And Andrew as well as Zenny gets a 3-kill. This is a 3-kill swing. And well, Tao's gonna go down tier 3. 10-3 now. 12,000 gold in favor. 11,000 in favor of MVP. And looks like the drill doesn't appear to be too sharp in doing what it needs to do. In fact, they are getting drilled themselves. ProDog hasn't been impressing so far on this OD. Supposedly a strong hero in the middle lane, but really lacking in performance from the player. And this tier 2 tower seems to be taking a fall as well. So gonna be even more gold coming the way of MVP Hot6, and LC gonna take this time to farm up top.
다이어의 하부 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Creative as well as Rash got boots up on him. Has the boots on Dazzle as well, and Creative has got a bunch of wards. At least he's got his weave at level 6, which is very important. ProDog got his buckler now. He's very close to his mechanism, the dream. He wishes to afford it someday. He hasn't got it so far. Sunbei doing a good job. Like I said, Tsukuchi, a great spell to have on Rubik. Allows you to zip in for initiations, zip in to pick people off. And Rubik's just really great for that. He has the attack animation and he has the mana to support Tsukuchi spam. Fade Ball now, gonna allow him to get up some more last hits on the board. Hasn't gone for any points in null field. Has deciding to max the single stun. Very understandable against a hero like Viva. And now LC. Interesting dust. Okay, hook shot. Yep, hook shot's gonna latch. Easy latch here for Rash. Rash is gonna get himself out of there somehow. I don't know how he got out of there. He glitched out of there, took the damage from the cogs and was evaporated. ProDog, meanwhile, gotta have the mech now in 1 gold, and he will have it. Hazy picks up a Yasha, so Manta is set for him to gonna dispel only Frostbite. So not a very good value Manta style there.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Now Tower gonna take a fall as well. There's some arcane boots coming up from the Rubik, and he has Shadow Poison. Shadow Poison is gonna be available for him. Not the most useful spells. It's great for vision, but it's not that great.
하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Not that great in general. The Yasha is gonna come up for the Priestess now. Is there an ultimate orb? Nope, no ultimate orb. Just got a Yasha, got TP back there. Not getting a magic wand once again. This guy has gotten a magic wand. No magic wand. And Mirana, no magic wand. So two supports not getting magic wand. One of the support's best friend. And not getting it means you forfeit any burst regen that you could get that could possibly save your life and give you the extra burst of mana to drop an enemy. Sunbei gonna take 2 tower shots to the face, gets the aggro done right. The hook shot is ready for the top work. He does have that hook shot upgrade, so LC could be in a lot of danger if he's not careful. There's a double damage on top of that as well. And now Creative, so we're gonna be hanging around with Shadow Demon. Rash 0 and 5 for the Shadow Demon. Like I said, it feels like they know the combo. They decided to try it in pubs, or they got crushed by it in pubs and said, well, let's try this build ourselves. And because you do that, you're not familiar, you just don't play well with it, and in theory it sounds nice, but when even a good shred can be ruined by bad players. So I feel like E'oT Tiger really need to step up their game. There's gonna be a Roshan here, taken by MVP Roshan. Mafia does have level 1 Frostbite. Not gonna do too much to Roshan. He's not gonna bother too much. Shadows Takers, and they're going for a very early Moonlight Shadow, which will wear off by the time they even set foot near the Rosh Pit. And this Rosh is going down stat. 1000 HP left on that. The Rocket Barrage will fly. The hookshot will land. The nice stun here from Mirana will help him out. And Andrew gonna trap them all in. He traps himself in as well. Oh, a little bit of a throw. Yep, he's dead. Dominating streak. He trapped himself against the trees. Rages out with a buyback. And now Rash, he's gonna blink forth. He's gonna find Rash. Rash on the Demon Sunbei. He's gonna blink forth actually. And is he gonna steal the Tsukuchi? Nope. Disruption's gonna pick him up. And Disruption's gonna set up his own cooldown, his own demise. And the Dazzle is gonna just grave himself there. The Rocket Flag could look for him, but in the end it does not. Shadow Demon steals Shadow Wave, so he's gonna help Rubik steal Shadow Wave. What am I talking about? Too many shadows! And Hazy finally picks up a Magic Wand as well. Hazy gonna just right click his wave. The Clockwork actually gets the snipe here on the Dazzle. Well played. And Dazzle's doing a little bit of sidestepping. Should have ran straight for it. Oh, another suicidal hook shot in. But it doesn't matter because he did blow him up. Purge comes out on Andrew. The Torrent's gonna miss. The Weave comes out. The Tornado, the Poison as well as the Orb, as well as the Insanity's Eclipse. Triple kill coming out from Danny. The Kunkka. Big splashes this game. He already has a Dazzler's 22 minutes in. He's gonna try and look for LC. LC is gonna get caught, splash and dunked with the hook shot. Easy kill, 18-4, and DDD taps out with a G, frickin' G. Too easy for MVP Hot6, and they are going to be cruising themselves to game number 2. It is best of 3. It's a single elimination. The winner will go on to the double elimination brackets, and the loser goes home. No money, and this is the last season, so there could be no next time as well. Probably next one's probably going to run more in the future, but this, it's, I think, your best chance at getting those good money as well as your early sponsorship, I guess. But they got E'oT Tiger behind them. We'll see what happens now in game number 2. Can they come back? Was this just a bad game? Was this just bad play? You decide. We'll come back with game number 2 very shortly. I'm Lysander Zenora. If you like my casting, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Much love and Kappa.